ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. The Torah teaches us that God created the world in 6 days, and on the 7th day he rested. Shabbat vayi nafash. There we get the name Shabbat, which is the day of rest. Not only you, everybody in your household, even your animals have the right to rest 1 day a week. But it is not only a question of resting. The idea is also that God created the world in 6 days and stopped creating. He put a finish to creation. We have to learn how to administer our time. We have to learn also how to stop doing what we're doing, even if we're doing something very important. There are some people that are obsessive with their work. They take their work home. They take their work wherever they go. They go on vacation, they take work with them. You have to learn how to put a stop to certain things. I think that even to learning, you have to know that there must be other activities that have to fill your life, that have to fill your day. Now, there are certain things that we have to do on a certain time. Namely, we have to eat matzah on Pesach. We have to listen to the shofar on Rosh Hashanah. But there are other things that are valid all the time. For instance, you're supposed to respect your father and your mother day and night, all the time. You're supposed to pray to God, communicate with God. Yet our rabbis instituted certain times of the day for prayer, because otherwise you'd spend your entire day in prayer and you wouldn't do anything. You would never be satisfied because you have never finished doing something. You also have to feel a certain sense of accomplishment. You have to know when to stop. Too much work is no good either. You have to know when to stop doing it. Too much learning may be not good either. You have to know when to stop doing it, because anything that is excessive eventually loses some of its value and you really don't appreciate it as much. We have an obligation of saying Kaddish, of saying a memorial prayer for deceased parents. Several times a year we say Yizkor in the synagogue, which is also a memorial prayer among Ashkenazic Jews, where we invoke the name of those who are deceased, who are very close to us. Question: do I have to say Kaddish every day of my life because my father died? Do I have to say Yizkor every day of my life? There has to be a moment of reflection and of also knowing when to stop doing what I'm doing. I shouldn't forget. That goes without saying. You know, exercise is very important. But there are some people for whom it becomes a vice. They never have enough exercise. They go from one machine to the other, running and walking, and they pass all their time in doing exercises and building their bodies. Actually, you have to learn when to put a stop to whatever you are doing, even when you are doing the right things in life. So maybe the Shevil Azahav, that golden path that our ancestors in the Middle Ages were looking, which is the middle that really takes into account all the extremes at the same time too. What should you be doing with your life? Obviously, there's a time to do something, there's a time to do something else. King Solomon already said, there's a time to laugh, there's a time to cry, there's a time to do things, and there's a time also to stop doing things. Just like God created the world in 6 days, but then he stopped creating because there are other things that have to be done in this world.